We're going to do a little Goodnight Series now. So this will be a great little series that you can do at the end of the day. So before we move into any asana, let's just sit up nice and tall and take a few deep breaths. So you can sit with your legs crossed, you can sit with your knees bent, you can sit up against a wall, and just take a few deep breaths to allow yourself to start to settle and sink a bit, just really going inward, connecting to your breath and releasing any tension from the day. And notice here when you sit and pause, if there's a lot of tension in the shoulders or the hips or your mind, and really tune in to what will serve you and your body tonight. So I don't want you just to rush through any set of sequences or series that it won't work that way. They won't really help you or benefit you if you do that the same way every day. The poses are meant to heal, nurture, and support us in different areas of our life, depending on what's going on. So this will just be a few general poses that you can do at the end of the day, but the most important thing is that paying attention right when you come to a comfortable seat and checking in on what really will serve you, okay? So after you do that, butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, press through the arches of the feet, lift up, lengthen, exhale, fold forward here. So you're really easing in. Gaze is long and forward. You can take a little bit of movement here, side to side as you start to settle. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up and relax them. And then just start to breathe as you lengthen here. You can stay here for 5 or 10 breaths. And just really enjoying the stretch in the inner and outer thighs. And then slowly coming back up. When you release Baddha Konasana, you can help your knees. And then stretch out your legs, lift your arms, inhale, exhale, fold forward. So what you can't see is how active my feet are here. Even if my hands don't come to my feet, I'm still stretching and spreading my toes. Exhale forward here, just relaxing, okay? Just starting to ease in, nothing too much. We're just taking a few nice quiet poses before bed. And then lift yourself up, a really nice pose to counter that forward fold. Paschimottanasana is hands behind your back and just lift and lower. Just a few rounds getting some of that tension out of the low back. Lift and lower. And just be mindful to not jam your head back, but it's really, you've got all this space in the head, neck, and shoulders, and lower. And then from here, sway a bit side to side, getting a little bit of pressure into the hips, and really using your breath here. Okay, and then hugging your knees in, sit up nice and tall, squeeze, 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 and then go ahead and take that same pose down onto the ground, hugging your knees in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So here, there's so much variability and flexibility on what you can do, okay? So you can take your legs out to the side, lift them up into happy baby, go over into a twist on one side and the other. And usually at the end of the day, I kind of do a mix of all of these things. I might take my legs out wide and just lift and lower a few times, stretching up and down, just really exploring the range of motion in my hips and just moving mindfully. I might even be able to take a nice wide stretch here and hold it, or one leg over to the side, one leg towards center, one leg over to the side. Again, I want to encourage you to come up with your own little creative sequencing here, depending on what you need. And as you move in and out of poses, you might find one that feels amazing. And I want you really to feel like you can stay there and not have to move on if that's really serving you. I love to rock and roll at the end of the day. My spine loves it, forward and back. Feels really good. You can come into that nice long plow and then into a nice boat. Okay, you can extend. So notice that the poses are just really flowing here from one into the next. And then another thing that's really nice, you can take some knee circles here. Because my hips are so sensitive, I really like to even add a little bit of pressure onto one side and then the other. You can take, I think they call this eye of the needle or reclined pigeon, figure four. There's lots of names for it, but one leg over, I'll show you on this side as well. One leg over the knee. See if I show you backwards, you can see better. And then I take right through the legs, flexing the feet and drawing in. I can lengthen that top leg. That's one version. And then I can also come over onto one side. So notice that my feet are not doing anything. I haven't moved the positioning. I'm just leaning them over, taking a twisted pigeon here. Okay, and arms can come up or out. All right, and then coming back up. Okay, so once you've done that, had a little bit of playtime on your back and your spine is happy, you can grab your block and lift it up right under your sacrum. Get that nice grounded feeling where your back is relaxed and then straight up taking a really nice inversion. So there's lots of variations on this. You can also do this up against your bed or the wall. So I would hold here for 10 breaths or so, 20 breaths depending on how long your day is. If your legs are really sore or tired or your ankles are swollen, then just lift them straight up. After you've done that, you can draw them down and take a few breaths here. Notice the block is still under my hips. Now here you can hold your hands up overhead or opposite elbows or one hand to belly, one hand to heart, breathing into the belly, breathing into the chest. Just starting to wind down a bit here. Okay. And then I usually close my evening practice with just a little bit, again, I kind of come back up into that seated position and just do a little bit of movement through the spine. So you can do this before, right after you're centering. You can do it before you come onto your back. Lots again here. I love all of these creative variations, forward and back, inhaling and exhaling, taking a twist, one side and then the other. And I also really like side leaning here, one side and the other. So when my shoulders are really tight, I do this nice hug here. I draw my shoulders up, relax them down, and then come into eagle arms, either holding opposite or bringing palms together, lifting the elbows, and then releasing, doing the other side. So I'm doing a little bit of a faster version. I'm not holding all the breaths because I want to show you the variations, but I really suggest you can take a few notes or just find some nice music that you like and try a few of these variations that feel like they work for you, okay? Leading one side to the other, lift, and then pressing palms away, lifting up, and releasing down.